I don't think so.
Yeah, Kalen was the other guy who was
I
going to play.
know he
But,
was looking forward to it.
yeah, let me message him. Maybe he doesn't know where the link is, because sometimes I get confused.
No, Kalen's online. He just liked the link.
Oh, did you just post it though? On
No,
Facebook, I mean?
no, I posted it like 35 minutes ago, and he just now liked it.
Okay, maybe he's jumping on soon too. Anyway,
Okay,
continue.
all right. Oh well, we're live while we're discussing Kalen. Okay, I'm Ty Johnson,
Yeah.
Dungeon Master tonight for Unnamed Adventurers Guild session, and I've got 4 players. Maybe a 5th one is on the way. I will let them go ahead and identify themselves, and they can talk about their characters as much as they want to or as little as they want to. And I'll go ahead and start with Charles.
You see. Let me see here. Rather dashing and debonair, red-haired, red beard, right on down to a goatee individual, about 3.5 foot tall, kind of gnomish, copper red hair, looks about 26 years old. His skin's a light copper, and you see some crystal blue eyes. And he likes to walk around. He has a short sword that you'll notice, and he carries a quarter staff, and you'll see a dagger on his belt. He has other things that are hidden, but you will also notice that he seems to walk around like he's either taking inventory with a big scroll, trying to pass himself off as like a ship's quartermaster. Sometimes he'll say, "I can navigate. I can do that. I did that for that crazy human that was after the white whale," and like that. We were successful. I can do that. So he goes on about things in that manner. You notice he has a necklace about his head, and you'll see over his shoulder a bag down there that he likes quite a bit. And let's see here. Do I have anything else on him that would be pertinent at this point? No, that's about it. And he's walking about on ship looking for employment.
Okay. Next up, we will. Are you? Go on.
No, I'm done. As I was going to say, as far as that goes.
Okay. Next up, Tarn.
Okay. Tarn is. I'm just trying to change the picture because I actually have a better picture of him that I prefer. Tarn is fairly large, gorilla-like Hadozi, I believe is the name of the race. Black fur covers most of his body, very obviously very strong, muscled, but moves with a surprising kind of grace, I guess. Looks fairly nimble. Looking at him, he comes across as the kind of like you wouldn't really want to cross him. But actually, and on the surface, I guess when you first talk to him, he's fairly standoffish. But once you get to know him, once you talk to him a bit, actually, it becomes very obvious very quickly that he's quite a gentle being for the most part. The limitation to this is when somebody threatens an innocent. It's not unusual for. He's had some run-ins with the guards where thugs that have been picking on, the less well-off have suddenly been beaten up because he doesn't stand for that. And I think that is... Yeah, that's done. He doesn't really carry a weapon, but he does have a... Oh, that's not true. He's got a couple of hand axes and javelins, but he's not wearing armor. And he does have a shield. I might even use it. Oh yeah, that's time.
Might want to turn your mic off, Michael. Who's next?
Oh, my mic got turned off somehow. Actually, I was saying you, Isaac.
Very well. So, Cup is a Kenku, which means kind of gray raven, somewhat short looking bird humanoid. Gray eyes, gray feathers, but with like a simple traveler's, tan cloak and such. He is, or I should say, she is carrying a bag, some goggles that are kind of up on their forehead, light crossbow. Generally looks pretty light, basically not really carrying much on them, no armor. The thing that kind of stands out, however, is on their talons are metal claws that seem to have been basically like a gauntlet, but for bird talons. And they're sharp like them too. And emptying cup is on the looking to assist the guild with their work because they are looking to save up some money for a particularly long trip, and being quite proficient in climbing and swimming and stuff, they think maybe they could be some help for this mysterious boat vanishing stuff.
Are you allowed to say where the trip is? What the trip is for?
Yeah,
like going to Vegas or something.
yeah. No, he's saving up money to head east across the Sea of the Ancients to the Wastes, which is what he's heard.
Okay.
What she's heard is that it's a giant desert. There's something there she needs to do. She's promised people to do. So, yeah.
Okay.
It's a big sailing trip, so this will be a good practice. Make sure it doesn't get seasick and stuff, or if they do, that they need to get some medicine for it.
Pills or something? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or some kind of potion or something?
Yep.
Okay. Next up, Chapo. I don't think I've played with Maximus before.
I don't think so. Hey, everybody. So my character's name is Maximus Crackholm. I think Charles might have a while back. So Max has kind of been out of it for a while. So I kind of did a write-up for him. So Maximus Crackholm is a professional soldier. He comes from a well-off family whose legacy is the art of war. Being the younger of two siblings, he entered the family's business and soon found it wanting. The road of exploration called to him, as did the calling of Tempest during his tenure as a lieutenant in his family's mercenary company, Choking Hazard. One branch of the company had made its way to the city of Lumina somewhat through Mawson, where its wayward older brother had made somewhat a name for himself, Ralph. He seemed to follow his brother into some impossible places, strange things follow his sibling. He followed and found himself joining the Unnamed Adventurers Guild some time back. Though he has been somewhat inactive for a bit, this call for help seems the right time to come back in a more active role since his brother's retirement in Mawson. Max's disposition is open and honest, but he's not unable to lie when the mission requires it or if it saves lives of his comrades. His goals for now are just to make a name for himself as a fine warrior of renown throughout the region. That's Max pretty much. He's pretty easygoing. Doesn't have any kind of mean streaks. That's pretty much him. So that's what I got.
Okay. And last, we've got Michael with Captain Smithy.
Smuggler Smithy.
Smuggler.
Well, he didn't hear that.
Michael, you there?
I think he might be away. Oh,
Barely. I can
there's-
barely make out anything anybody is saying whatsoever. I'm getting bad robo voice on absolutely everybody. So I'm trying to switch it to my laptop to see if that works any better. And I'm not sure if you can understand me either, considering how much static I'm getting. And did
we
we
heard
start
that.
earlier or something? I thought I was joining early.
We start. It was an hour earlier than what you were thinking.
Okay. Well, we can give him a few minutes to work on.
You
Yeah,
know,
go
I'll
ahead
try
and
to
get, go ahead and get your laptop. That's fine.
the laptop. I'm working on that.
Okay, that's fine. All right. Well, you guys, the guild has basically been hired. Shoot, where's my paper at? South of Illumina and Red Gill, out in the Damon Ocean. Okay. Hey, Mike. I can't add you on your computer until you sign off on whatever you're on your phone or whatever. I'm guessing. There we go.
Hello, people. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can hear you perfectly now. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So before we get started, then go ahead and tell us about your character.
Mateys, I meet Captain Smithy. Nothing but a simple fisherman. I'm walking around in a big coat with a giant hat and a parrot on my shoulder. Probably want a cracker. Probably want a cracker. I got a peg leg. Well, not really a peg leg. It's more of a how would you describe it? I had Dorwin make it for me. A prosthetic, yes. It'd be a prosthetic more than just a simple peg leg that I happen to have lost while fighting the infamous smuggler Sambale. But I got his rapier. I can pull it out. It's a beautiful little rapier. And yeah. I got the I don't have a spyglass, but I got an astrolabe and a compass, and I'm all sorts of sailor out.
Okay.
And I got probably want a cracker.
That's some expensive stuff.
I don't quite. The astrolabe? Well, I mean, it's navigation tools, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I was thinking of you didn't have a spyglass. Spyglasses are definitely expensive.
Yeah, it's the first thing I thought of, and I kind of alluded to that, but I was like, whoa, no, I don't have that. I got a astrolabe and a compass. I got navigation tools.
Maybe Captain Smithy will have a chance to lay his hands on a spyglass at some point.
All right, that would be quite handy there, me.
Okay, the guild has been contracted with by a group of merchants from the town of Red Gill, which is south of Illumina on the coast. There has been a strange ship seen out in the Damon Sea or Damon Ocean, about 10 miles out off land, and several ships have tried to approach it. It does not fly any flags, does not appear to even have a crew on it. anytime a ship has approached it during the day, it flies away at amazing speed and disappears over the horizon. No one can catch it. A few ships have followed after it into the night, and any ships that have done that have never returned, and none of their crew has ever showed up. Now, this is fairly recent, like in the last month that this has happened. More than anything, it's gotten the sailors nervous, so a lot of them are not wanting to go out, at least not far from the coast, which puts a hamper on business interests in Red Gill and therefore also Alumina. So a group of merchants have gotten together and are contracting with the guild to find out about this mystery ship and put a stop to it one way or another, or find out what's going on. And to those ends, you all are to meet up in the town of Red Gill. There is a ship there with a Captain Term, T-I-R-M. I can put it in the comments for what it's. And he is a human, and Captain Term and his ship, and he has a crew of 6. Will take you guys out hunting, if that's indeed what you plan to do. They're at your disposal, anyway. More than likely, if anyone wants to see it, over in Roll20, there's a map of the ship with the sailors and Captain Terms on there, too. If we use the ship, or if you guys use the ship. So if there's something you want to do before leaving Illumina, let me know. If not, you guys just all show up in Red Gill.
I would like to
go ahead.
hang out at the bars and ask people if they have any experience with it. Did anybody see it? Like, what kind of ship it is? Like, how big is it? Is it a ship or a boat? You know, how many masts? Just general, like, what kind of... Is it a fishing scow? Is it a warship? Is it a schooner? Is it a sloop? Is it a galleon?
Give me a persuasion roll, unless you can think of some reason to use something else.
How would you like me to roll a persuasion?
Do what?
How are we on Roll20 or?
We are on Roll20. I mean, if you just want to use dice, if you've got dice there, you can do that, and I'll trust you. But you can do it on Roll20 if you prefer that.
Okay. I just, I'm not seeing that. What's your Roll20 link? I'll just do this at the moment.
Okay.
Thing.
It's the same one that we use for the Saltmarsh game, Michael.
It's the usual.
Yeah, it's the same one.
Really?
UAP.
Okay. I thought I was there, but apparently I'm not.
The world of Airwood.
Yeah, it's the World of Airwood.
Yep.
Resetting it.
Yeah.
Reloading it at the moment. Okay, just rolling it on my little app thing on my phone until I get that straightened up. What is this one all about?
Let's see.
The nat 20 for a total of 33.
Oh, okay.
I think, no, that wouldn't be 33. It would be 8, 10, total 30. My bad.
It's still pretty darn good.
Good.
Yeah, you find three sailors who were out on a ship that was bringing in some rice to Illumina, and they said they saw the ship from a distance. They didn't get to use the captain's spyglass, so they didn't see it up close. But it looked to them like a fairly sizable merchant ship. A galleon, they would call it.
A galleon.
What little they could see and what their captain told them through the spyglass, there were several odd things. One, it was odd that it didn't fly any flag whatsoever. I mean, even pirates fly a flag, you know.
No Jolly Roger.
Yeah, nothing. There were no flags. From a distance, they couldn't see a crew, and
So I ought to take my own.
the captain said that he didn't see, with a spyglass, did not see any crew on the deck either. That the ship seemed to be sailing without a crew. It seemed to be sailing extremely fast, even when there wasn't a strong wind going. And let me see. Yeah, one other really odd thing they noticed, and only probably sailors would notice this, when it changed direction, and even though it was moving fast, the sails never moved. I mean, they billowed like the wind was hitting them, but the sails never shifted like when they were changing direction or anything like that, like they were trying to catch the wind.
So it's got some other means of locomotion, does it?
Could be.
Or at least that's what I'm taking out of it.
The general rumors
Could be
are
riding on the back of a dragon underneath it.
Could be turtle dragon. The general rumor among the sailors is that it's some kind of ghost ship, but it's been seen during the day several times, and but still, they think it's a ghost ship. No crew. They got to be ghosts.
All right, I'm in agreement with them. I'm slightly superstitious as I am.
Because if it was something else,
Ill luck it is to be chasing. All right, but if we take those ghosts, that ship could be ours. I'm in the market for the ship, as it were.
That's a possibility. Oh, so you want to take a ship? Okay. Let's see. Anyone else want to do anything, either in Illumina or in Red Gill?
In Red Gill, Finn would come on up to the tavern, and he'll have his scroll out and his quill, and he'll come on in and he'll say, "I'm here to inventory how many barrels of Iron Skull brew that the brewery has made here before we have a ship that's going to need at least one, if not two, to give them strength to carry on this task." And he'll kind of not march, but parade around like that, looking for a barmaid or the bartender or the innkeeper to ask where he can get this information.
You find a really old human guy. Looks like he's like Clint Eastwood old. He's like in his 90s.
That's pretty old.
That's old.
He's really old, but he seems fairly spry for his age.
Okay.
And he walks around with a silver-tipped cane, and he's just wearing sort of commoner clothes. And he's like, "What is it you're wanting, little fella?"
I need to take inventory of the Iron Skull brew, and I need at least one barrel placed upon this ship to give the crew and the members there the strength for this mission.
Are you willing to pay?
Depends on the cost, he'll say. But I'll try to gamble, or maybe we'll do something in exchange. It's hard to say. I can talk to little critters for you to keep the rodents away.
We got to keep those around for the stew. We keep those for the stew. It depends on what you want. If you want just cheap rot gut stuff, I can make you a really good deal. If you want like some really good dwarven ale, that's going to cost you money.
It has to be the renowned Iron Skull Brew.
I can
that
get you a
I
whole keg
from
for
this
50
brewery.
gold.
50 gold. Okay, he'll say, oh, let me take a peek here. He'll kind of pick up his coin purse and he'll toss it up and down. He'll say, I don't have enough in there. And then he'll open up his flap to his bag and he'll stick his arm in up to his armpit into the bag, fishing around, and he'll come up with 5 platinum and lay it out on the counter. You
Question.
take this.
Sure. Question. Does Finn... is Finn actually a UAG member?
Yes.
Does he wear anything that would show publicly that he's a member of the guild?
Not at the moment.
Okay.
Because the way he does his identities.
I understand. The old guy is like, we take platinum, sure.
All right. How many barrels you got? And I hear you have a dwarf back there that's been working on this ancient recipe for quite a while.
Not back there downstairs in the basement. We got 3.
All right, I'll take if it's 50 gold a barrel, I'll take that one. And can you have it delivered down to the docks by this one ship?
We can do that.
All right. And let's see. Let me subtract my platinum.
Cup will walk over to this conversation and we'll look at Finn and we'll say, are you here for the ghost ship job?
No such thing as a ghost ship. A stout soul can never be ghosted. They always stay in their ground and they go where they're supposed to be. If not, I'll send them there.
Arr, that not be true, matey. There are all sorts of things as ghost ships. Why, I've seen crews. I've seen ships crewed by the very damned themselves. Sometimes the wheel will just turn by itself and go wherever it be. I've seen skeletons climbing up in the riggings of ships, directing things. I can tell you I've seen shit that'll turn your hair white.
That's only when you had a bad keg of grog there. I think your eye patch is pinching your brain.
I ain't got no eye patch yet. My eyes work just fine. At the moment. I'm assuming I'll have one.
Like it doesn't work.
Yeah, it's definitely on the cards.
The old guy sets up some mugs of beer on the bar top. He just sets them in front of you. Didn't I? We do have some rum. He takes out a clay bottle and pours a little bit in a glass. Actually, it'd be a little cup. And he's like, I'm guessing you fellas are adventuring types.
I be not but a humble sailing man.
Adventurers? No. I am just a poor bureaucrat slotted in the sacks of life to go ahead and take care of my patron and his business.
That sounds like an adventurer to me.
I'd prefer not to be referred to as an adventurer. Adventurers don't have very long lifespans.
That's not true. I'm 93 years old.
So I'm assuming you've seen some shit too in your time.
I have seen some shit in my time. It's been a while. I'm retired.
When did you retire?
Oh, about 50 years ago.
The experience with ghost ships there, sir.
Not specifically with ghost ships, but I do remember way back yonder, before probably any of your all's days, that there were a bunch of Kuatoa out there. In fact, I think Red Gill sits on top of probably what was a Kuatoa city at one time. I mean, it's way underground.
Awful
in
bad
some
luck
cave.
to build your cities on top of fish people temples.
Well, it wasn't much of a village at the time. Wasn't much of a Kuatoan city for that matter. But they got taken care of a long, long, long time ago. So, but no, ghost ships. I will say this. I have seen a ghost or two in my day, and they do exist.
You might be seeing some pretty soon.
Well, I'm 93 years old. There's probably a pretty good chance of that, yes.
Hey, so you got it. Excellent. I can tell you this, that if I happen to go out there and get one of those ships and I'm able to capture one of them ghosties, if they're not the kind of ghosties that just go through bars and such, but they're the kind of ghosties that you can actually slap a pair of manacles on, I'll bring them back here and show them to you.
That sounds fine, and I'll give you a free drink. But by the way, that rum's a silver.
How much?
A silver. 1 silver piece.
Arr. Fucking for early retirement now, are you? Raising your prices up to a whole silver for this small little noggin of rum.
Try the rum.
Alright, I'll try the rum. How is it?
Oh! It is absolutely the best rum you've ever had in your life, says this Nat
Some
20.
Captain Morgan's going on here.
Oh, no, this is far better than Captain Morgan's.
Is it Captain Smitty's rum?
Yes, yes, it's Captain Smitty's. It makes you want to lift the leg. If you can stand on your prosthetic leg, it makes you want to lift your other leg.
It's pretty good. It functions real well.
It's really smooth, and even after
It's a
one
nummy-
drink, you're already feeling a little numb and a little lightheaded after one drink.
I believe that'd be worth it.
I told you. Now, the beer I put out, on the other hand, is a different story. Except for what I
gonna say, see, I told you. Here's the proof.
Well, the good stuff I'm having delivered to your ship. I figure if you fellas are going out looking for spirits.
But there's the proof.
All right, we could use some spirits.
He's been in his cups when he thinks he's seen ghost ships.
That could be. That very well could be. I know I saw a few strange things when I was drunk once or twice.
I personally have a wonderful UFO story to tell, but I always have to catch the story with I was on some hallucinogens at the time. I swear I saw a UFO.
The old guy is like, what is a UFO?
What's a UFO?
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, couple move the scene, I suppose, by heading over to where she believes the ship is getting ready to be sent off, the one that we are traveling with, to speak to the captain. Otherwise, anybody else who's there?
Yeah, there's the gangplank out, and you see the ship, and there's definitely a captain on there working with 6 crew members. It's a merchant's galleon. It's not a massive one, but it's not tiny either. It's sort of it's a decent size, but not huge.
Is the other characters part of that 6 crew, or are those in addition to the party?
That's in addition to the party.
Okay.
There are 6 sailors plus the captain.
All right.
And something. Okay, why is my...
Do the captain be needing a first mate to board this voyage?
I may have to Well, suddenly my Roll20 is not working.
Man, mine is still trying to load the character sheet.
Maybe they got server issues.
It happens.
Yeah, it
I
won't
don't
even
know.
let me. I can't even go over and restart. I may jump back in. Let's see if this will work. But yeah, if you're in Roll20, that's basically the ship there with the 6 crew members and the captain.
Okay.
Is he a mighty sailing
Recording
man?
in progress.
I'll have to look at it at some point later when Roll20 is working. But the main thing is Tarn or Maximus there?
Yep, I'm here.
I mean, okay. Are you at the ship?
Yeah, I'm probably in the ship, still in my gear, looking around.
Captain Term is probably in his mid to late 40s, would be your guess. Human, little goatee beard, short black hair. I wouldn't say he's overly friendly, but he doesn't appear to be overly rude either. Any of you he sees, he'll be like, "Welcome aboard. We can set sail whenever you would prefer. It is now right at noontime."
A couple say,
I'm here to participate with the events related to the ship where ships have gone missing. Is that mission? Are you the ship for that mission?
Yes, sir. Yes, we are.
Very well.
And there's supposed to be 5 members from the Unnamed Adventurers Guild here.
Oh yes, I'm working with them. I'm one of them.
I figured.
Yes.
I tap the beak.
You get a bit of odd folks around there. If you need any help, just ask. I'm, strong enough, and I can copy anything you show me pretty well. Just let me know.
You can copy anything pretty well?
Yeah, I see a knot. You see it tied once, I can do it again.
Oh. I thought you meant like paperwork or something like that.
Well, I'm good at that too.
And then a couple say, I thought you meant like paperwork or something like that, in the captain's voice.
Ah.
It's a bird thing. Don't worry about it.
I've seen a... Huh. I have seen a parrot or two do something like that over the years.
Polly want a cracker.
Look behind my the Polly over there.
Oh.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah. Pleasure to be on board.
And then
Well,
I'll-
thank you.
It's at this point that Tom drops down from the where he was sitting, watching the waves move on the rigging. Just drops down onto the ship. Kind of glides, actually. He doesn't really seem to fall like he should. And he'll say, I believe I'm the 5th person that you were looking for.
Ah. Well, okay, let's see. There's you. I'm guessing you're a Kinku.
Oh, yes.
And is everyone else here who's ready to sail? If you want to sail.
Well, Finn would be coming on up with the people bringing the barrel. Say, I'm the one bringing the liquid courage. Come on,
Oh,
guys, get this up higher.
at that, the 6 sailors start clapping and whistling.
And Finn will, as the getting the barrel up off the wheelbarrow, not wheelbarrow, but handcart truck,
Yeah.
setting it on up so they can roll it up there. When they're clapping and cheering, he'll jump up on there and do a little jig, and then take a bow.
Give me either performance or acrobatics roll.
All right, let me see here. It doesn't matter. Either one were the same. So, okay. My God, this roll 20, trying to get it to roll dice here.
Yeah, I think roll 20s must be having some issues.
Yeah, it must be. So
I can get it to work, but it's
I'm
really
still waiting for
slow.
my character sheet to load.
You might want to refresh the page. It helped when I refreshed.
Yeah, it did me too.
So that's all of a 12.
It's not your best performance. It's probably not your worst, but it's definitely not your best.
He's not so much worried about that. He knows he has the trump card that he's dancing on.
The sailors seem more interested in the barrel than they do in you. And they will help. All 6 of them will come forward and help store it away below deck. And the captain will just kind of shake his head, put his hands on his face, is like, that's what I get for having adventurers on board.
Oh, don't worry. I'm not an adventurer. The adventurers die very easily. Very often. There's probably a better way of putting it.
It's like, all right, gentlemen, I've got room for you below deck. Or he kind of looks at Tarm and then looks at Cup, and he's like, I think you're all gentlemen, or men at least. Okay. And he even looks at Maximus. It's like, you look manly, but it is kind of hard to tell under all that metal.
Yeah, I never did understand why people insist on the need of wearing so much metal.
Keeps them from getting hit, though it can be deadly at sea. We
So
can
does
set sail.
not standing where the sword's swinging.
That's true too. That's true too. We can set sail whenever you fellows want to. I'm the captain, but it's sort of your cruise. So we can sit here all night and kick back and just enjoy some rum or enjoy that barrel. And the sailors are like, yeah, that sounds good to us. He's like, or we can head out to sea and do your job of finding this terrible whatever it is out there. I personally don't think it's ghosts.
What do you think it is?
There's no such
And then have
thing.
more time for drinking afterwards.
No such thing.
If it's not ghosts, what is it?
I don't know. Something invisible?
Seaweed, monsters, imaginations, sirens.
Given
Maybe.
that everything I've heard about it says that going after it during the day is absolutely pointless.
Could be
My vote would
sirens.
be we offer it at night.
Well, it would be easier to spot during the day if it's out there.
Will we be able to keep up with it?
Are
Well,
I'm guessing it'd be
this
sea
is
demons
this is
out
my
there.
fastest ship.
Okay.
But again, it's up to you, gentlemen. I mean, even if we can't catch it, maybe we can at least keep it in sight to know a general area until nighttime.
All right.
Wow.
Whatever you think is best.
We go on out. You know, it's like you setting up a mark. No, 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 no. We'll go out there and bait. You be bait and draw them on in instead of us chasing and using up all our good strong muscles here. And he'll look over at Maximus, and he'll look over at this thing there, Tarn, hanging from the ropes, and he'll say, and even that kind of sailor looking smuggler, you know, we can rely on them.
Don't be impugning me honor. I never smuggled anything in my life. That you can prove.
One of the sailors comes up from below the deck, and he's got a wooden mug in his hand that he's taking a big, long drink from. And you also noticed none of the other sailors are on the deck. It's just you guys and the captain.
Oh, okay.
It seems the sailors have made the decision for us. Or at the very least, we can be patient and wait for the next day.
The captain's like, why do we need to wait a day?
For the sailors to... I guess I don't really know how strong that drink was.
You guys have been drinking already?
Not me. The sailors, I've heard, have a reputation.
You drink like a bird.
Just a peck here
I've
and
been a
there.
little hydrated today.
Well, one, they're nowhere near drunk yet. It would take a lot more than one cup to get any of those six drunk. And two, they actually sail better when they're drunk.
Then it seems that our decision is made for us. Anyways. Unless
All
we plan
right.
on paying more money for another drink.
He will start bellowing out orders, and the other five sailors all come up on deck, and they get to work pulling ropes. One of them climbs up in the crow's nest, and it takes a few minutes, as it does, but soon you all are sailing out into the Damon Ocean. And let's see, what is the weather like? On a 1, very bad. On a 20, very good. You got a 16, so it's pretty good weather today.
Is it crow's nest on both of these masts or just one?
There's a crow's nest on both of them, and
Tarn already taken this one then?
He climbed back up once they started sailing.
All right. Then couple stay down and provide.
Okay. Soon there's a wind blowing. It's nice and warm out here, and the captain will kind of walk around deck a little bit once they're underway. And he's like, "Well, do any of you have a idea or a plan for finding this ship other than us just sailing around and looking?" Which is an option, but I thought some of you may have magic or something like that that would help.
Is there any information on the ship at all?
Very little. It appears to be a merchant's galley. It's a little bigger than the one you all are currently on. It has no flags, and it has apparently no crew has been seen on it.
Okay. Where's it been sighted mostly?
About 10 miles south of Red Gill. Sort of seems to be going back and forth out there. It never comes closer than that. It does go out further.
Well, I can't use locate objects.
Ah,
Yeah, no, that wouldn't work.
Yeah, that's on you.
would go ahead and say, well, we can do it like we're fishing. Chum the waters a little bit. If
What
it's,
would you suggest we chum the waters with?
well, you got any stale grog
No.
or over the side?
Other than some barrels of water, the only drink on board is what you brought.
Ah,
Always make the ship look like it's disabled.
Oh, that's a possibility.
When people see this ship and they follow it, do they go missing when they follow the ship? Yes.
If they follow it at night, they do.
Then I believe if our ship was disabled, the ship might move close, but I think it's trying to draw others to follow it.
If it is, that likely means that it wants to be found.
Yes,
That's a possibility.
but if we are damaged, it might decide that we can't follow it. So it can't be too significant, whatever trick we use to convince it. A torn sail, but like no destroyed mast or anything like that.
and Finna say, I think I could do something like that, possibly a little bit. And he'll go ahead and he'll cast on the sail. Minor illusion to look like there's a good as big a rip in it as he could put.
Okay, it'll be a 5-foot long rip in the sail.
Yep.
And it is just an illusion, so it doesn't actually slow the ship down.
No, but if they're looking at it, possibly it would look
Yeah.
like
Make
a
it like a
torn.
total 5-foot.
That was Finn's deal.
No, that could work. You guys aren't that far out from Red Gill yet, but so they're going to keep sailing for the time being. But the captain will be like, that might work. That might do it. He breaks out a spyglass and is going to use it to check the horizon. And he doesn't see anything. Not any other ships, because everyone's kind of scared to be out at the moment. So basically, that's going to be the first 4 hours as you guys sailing along. It's like it'll be about 5 in the afternoon now. So the sun is starting to move towards going down, but it's not down yet.
Let's see.
And he's just been using his spyglass looking for several hours. But he will give an order to slow down now. Because you are a good distance out from, after 5 hours, you're a goodly distance out from Red Gill. You're definitely beyond the 10-mile mark. And those of you who are sailors, like Captain Smithy, he's basically giving the order to just let the ship float along, to drift at the moment.
Float.
Yeah. And that with the seemingly ripped sail might make it look like they're more damaged than they really are. Well, I've not seen anything in hours. He kind of holds out the spyglass. One of you want to give it a try?
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Okay.
I definitely would.
Um,
I'm still
Maximus,
loading my
you go.
character sheet at the moment.
Okay. Is it still giving you problems?
Arr.
All right. Maximus, you go ahead.
Can I use guidance on this?
I suppose you could.
Okay. All right. So.
Whoop.
It's 18. All right. So that's 28.
Okay. You do not see anything anywhere on the horizon. However, with a 28, you just happen to glance down at one point, and you see that there are a bunch of sharks in the water following along your ship.
Are they like in a pattern?
Not obviously so.
Sharknado.
Is there anything on top of them?
No.
Okay. So are they under the surface, or is there fins breaching the surface?
Occasionally their fins do reach the surface.
All right. Big sharks are kind of.
You got a good roll, but you're going to guess 15 to 20 feet long.
Oh, so they're large sharks. Okay.
They're not baby sharks, but they're not massive either. I mean, they're not like Jaws.
All right. I'll call down to the captain. Captain, we have a school of sharks following us. I'll point out where they're at.
These tokens on Roll20 are not nearly big enough for 15 feet long. Which
No,
continue.
they're not. Well, I'll stretch and make them ugly.
Perfect.
Yeah.
He and the sailors is like, well, we see at least 6 of them. So there could be more under the water. It's not unusual to see sharks. Sometimes they'll follow a boat, but usually there's not this many of them together. Let's see. I'll give him a roll, and the general sailors a roll. One of the sailors will point out, oh, those are hunter sharks. They're dangerous. They usually hunt alone.
Emptying cup will go down below the ship, and we'll start looking, and we'll put on their goggles in order to see in the dark there. And we'll start looking for holes or barrels of like fish or other food that sharks might be smelling.
Okay. You do definitely catch a scent of fish, but you don't see any of the barrels. Most of the food is like hardtack. There actually are some fruits. There is some dried beef, but there's not a lot of it, and it doesn't seem to be in the very bottom of the ship, and you're not really smelling that.
Yeah. I'll grab a fish or two, especially if they're fresh. Yeah, that's what that's what I'm doing. If other people want to do stuff first.
Okay.
I'll take the silence as a no. So a couple come back up and like basically just tear into it with their hands and toss it overboard and see if the sharks go towards it.
Yeah. A couple of sharks will come up and they'll snap at what you give them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So roll 20
Just like a
skill.
stray kitten, once you feed it, they'll never leave.
That could be. Yeah, they
Mighty
come up
bad
and
luck
snap.
to be feeding sharks from the deck of a ship.
They'll come up and snap, and then they swim away, but they're still following the ship around.
Okay. And is the you said the ship was kind of drifting. I'm assuming
Yeah.
the drift is not slow.
No, it's not. You're actually moving fairly quick, just bobbing around, and the sharks will swim in a circle slowly. They're not frenzying or anything like that, but they swim around the boat.
Yeah. Cup will say,
The sharks, they're not going after the ship for reasons of food. Else they would have stayed behind when I threw them some food overboard. These are untrained or unnatural creatures.
Well, they
Actually,
did snap up. A couple of them came forward, and
but they wouldn't have stuck. They wouldn't have stuck with the ship if there was
No,
the
if
smell
there
of
was
food in the
food.
water. Yeah. So like Cup is getting crossbow out to start shooting these things.
Let's see. What are these things? Oh, they're not that smart. And their perception's not good enough to see a crossbow open a ship anyway.
Well, if you do that, I'll pull my longbow.
You might want to consider how many shots you have. You won't be able to retrieve those arrows.
I can retrieve the arrows, he says, gliding down onto the ship.
From the water?
I mean, I'm not going to fight the sharks from the ship.
Okay, that's up to you, I suppose.
Well, that's true. I could just take my flame.
Yep, that doesn't cost any arrows.
Yeah.
Is there, like, on the sides of the ship, places where you could look through to see what they're talking about? Since he's only 3.5 foot tall.
I can pick you up and give you a boost if you want.
There are a few portholes if you go down below deck. Or, I mean, there's barrels and stuff around. You could grab one and climb up on it.
I mean, if you want to ride, I'll put my shoulder.
Finn will go. He likes the idea of the portholes because he looks that if the water gets rough, I can get knocked off the barrel and in the water and become chum. So he'll go down. He'll go down down below and find a porthole that he can look out to see what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, you can find one. They're closed, but you can open them up and look out.
Just as long as I can see through it.
And since you're looking, and you guys have seen the sharks, so you're sort of paying attention to them now, you'll notice about the time that Finn went down below, the sharks have moved further away from the boat. They're each about 100 feet out now. They're still circling the boat, but they are further away. And who's got the spyglass?
I think I do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
I thought Smithy, you might have given it to Smithy by now. But
Well, Smithy can give me a perception roll.
I'm still waiting for my character sheet to open.
Yeah, I
No,
don't.
don't
Which
think it's-
character sheet are you
I don't
using?
foresee
Just out of
this thing
curiosity.
opening anytime soon.
Which character
Huh?
sheet are you using, Michael?
The normal one from the Salt Marsh thing?
Okay, and you refreshed Roll20.
I refresh Roll20. I think it's my laptop where I was forced to use my laptop for voice on this. That well, my laptop is so old that it doesn't even have an HDMI outlet on it. Just to let you know how old my laptop is. So I don't
Okay.
think it can handle like both the voice and the getting Roll20. I've had this issue before where things just don't work when I'm trying to use multiple things on my laptop.
Well, and Roll20 is acting kind of flaky too.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can open your character sheet up for you. But you can just roll a physical die
that'll work.
probably and be fine.
Yeah, you can roll dice.
That I do have, and I have my character sheet on my phone as well, and that would be a 1 on the dice, so it doesn't matter what my skill is at it.
Well, the good thing is though you have advantage because the spyglass gives you advantage.
Yep.
Oh, well, all right, okay. Okay, that would be a 6 on the die. At least I think I may have a 10 out of this. I think I'm proficient in. Let me find my character sheet. Select character. Smithy, rogue 9.
Yeah, I'm trying to open your page.
That
up
would
and
be a
it's not
total of
letting
10.
me. Okay.
That would be a total of 10 with advantage.
Okay. You didn't get a good look, but you're using the spyglass, and you thought you saw something on the horizon to the south, but just like a dot, very far away.
All right, there'd be something on the south. There'd be a dot down there. If anybody else would like to take a look at this thing,
I'll take a
I
look.
want to hand it back over. I want to pocket it. Okay. I hand it to him reluctantly.
I'll get back. So spyglass gives you advantage?
Yeah, it gives you advantage.
All right. Do you want me to roll it in Roll20?
Whatever you want to do is fine with me.
All right.
If Roll20 is working for you, because
All right.
sounded like it did.
First roll. That sucked. Bit of guidance. So I got a 12. Jeez. That's bad.
Kind of the same thing. You thought you saw something, just a blip on the horizon far to the south. Okay.
Fixing all this, just totally redo 20, see if that helps.
Yeah, I may reload Roll20 myself in a second if I can get it to do anything. Which is weird. I don't usually have these kind of problems with Roll20.
Yeah, don't know what's going on.
Just one of those nice days.
Yeah. It's not one thing, it's another, it seems like.
Well, it could be a lot of people on the internet dragging throughputs and things down. I mean, we got a big news day here lately. A bunch of people streaming.
Oh, really? What happened in the news?
You got the Rittenhouse ordeal. You got Biden being lambasted with a viral
Oh, did
video.
they come back with a?
No. But the defense come back.
Did the jury come back with a verdict?
No. What happened is the defense team is calling for a
Oh, no
mistrial.
verdict? Okay.
No, not yet. They're calling for a mistrial. The defense is because the prosecutor withheld the high definition drone video, and then later on, the jury come back requesting that video to look, and the judge got verbally admonishing the prosecutor for his underhanded play.
Smithy's
That
mod,
prosecutor getting beat up left and right.
Yeah.
Smithy's mod is +4, so you rolled a 10. I have your character sheet up now.
Oh, you managed
Yeah,
to get it
yeah.
up. I couldn't.
I've got the character sheet on my phone as well, so I
Okay.
can just pull that up. I just can't.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to reconnect to.
Oh, you got it?
Roll20
Oh.
myself.
Cool. You want to just roll for me?
Sure.
Hi, did you see my message?
I mean, I'll try. I'm trying again to.
Where was the message?
Yeah,
Over in the chat on
Okay.
StreamYard.
Resend a gift subscription member since something.
yeah, 100 feet. Finn can hit a shark with Eldritch Blast, evidently.
Well, Eldritch Blast 120.
Nope.
All right.
Yeah.
Holy shit, is that slow?
Yeah, Roll20 is really.
Yeah, I usually don't have that much of a issue with it too often. Once in a while. And I refreshed it.
Would you want me
Yeah.
to roll, Michael? Or just in general? Do you want me
Nothing
to
at the moment. We already did that perception check.
roll? Okay.
There. Right. And let's see here. 6 plus 6 is 12. And then the second beam would be a 22.
A 12 and a 22?
Yep.
At the same one or two different ones?
Same one. Because he's not a whole lot sure. He wants
They
to see
both
what.
hit.
Okay. Let's see here. Where's my 10-sided? Okay. And there. Yeah. I haven't rolled real dice in quite a while. This is a charmer. So that's a 9 points of force damage from the Eldritch Blast.
Total?
And what he'll do is I'm going to have him skin it where it looks like a ruby red harpoons going out at it.
Okay. They both hit. They both hurt it, but they don't kill the shark.
Okay.
And it will immediately swim further away.
Okay. I know that now that I've learned that they'll stay away if we need to push them away with being hurt instead of possibly getting in a blood frenzy and coming to
Arr,
the
that
ship.
stung there, you cold-blooded bastard. Arr.
Why are we attacking the shark?
Because I'm 3.5 foot
Because
tall.
they're sharks.
It's something to do.
Because they be sharks.
You know, I get that, but do they pose any danger to us whatsoever?
Yes,
Well,
they
we're
Besides
on
being
the ship.
sharks.
Captain
Yes,
Taram's going
they
to come
do.
up and say, "Gentlemen, apparently a couple of you saw something on the horizon.
Arr.
I'm thinking we're going to head in that direction." Unless you
A
want me to
noble
just
plan there,
drift-
Captain.
God, this is
Sure, we'll see how the sharks respond.
He'll give orders. The ship starts moving straight south again. It takes it a few minutes to pick up speed. The sharks can't keep up with the ship. It moves too fast for them. But they are fairly fast. They are trailing behind. And soon they're trailing, like in a half hour or so, they're trailing far behind. You won't even be able to see them anymore.
Okay.
But they did seem to be following the ship the last you saw them, anyway.
All right, so they'll be back.
Perhaps.
And, well, the captain tucked the spyglass back, but he's not seeing Jack. He's just going due south. Come on. Roll 20. You're being a pain.
Finn, while after doing that, down below, he'll start taking inventory of the goods that are down below.
It's mostly food. There actually is a fair amount of empty space. You could tell this is normally a merchant ship. But they're not hauling anything. So
Yeah, but he's just trying to. What he's doing is trying to sell that little aspect of him being like a quartermaster type.
It's barrels of water. You're 1 barrel of drink.
When he comes to that, he's going to knock on it to see how much is left.
Most of it.
Okay.
Probably a good 90% of it. They each had a mug full, but I mean it's a whole barrel, so 6 mugs wasn't going to empty that thing.
Yeah, well, but it's just there again, playing to that quartermaster facade.
Cup will say, you will notice Cup is also below deck, just waiting, goggles on.
You spent too much time in the military, Charles.
Yeah, I guess so. He's trying to sell his identity through this.
Yep.
Until he has to change it.
That's right.
Okay.
I mean, what do you want from a charlatan on the boat?
I don't know.
Ship.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, this roll 20 thing is really frustrating me, but it is what it is. Okay. The captain's not seeing Jack. They just keep going south. A couple of hours, and the sun is heading towards the horizon. There's still at least an hour until dark, or until the sun's below the horizon. But the captain's just like, well, a pair of you saw something, but I'm not spotting anything.
Perhaps I should keep the spyglass for a bit, or go on the crow's nest.
That might not be a bad idea.
All right, seems like you'd be well fitted to be up in the crow's nest.
Maybe you've got better sight than my boys do.
So I'll climb up there again. I don't know if there's a check with that. Hello.
Someone have a grandfather clock?
Evidently.
Nice chime.
So I don't know if you need me to roll a check, but a couple go up to the crow's nest and say,
I'm here to replace you. Go and rest or get to whatever the work captain needs you for.
Oh, sure. I'll go down below. He'll climb down the crow's nest and goes down the stairs below the deck, and Finn will see a sailor come down.
Shoot.
And he walks over to the barrel. The barrel.
Dun, dun, dun. I guess I'll just move it myself. There you go.
And you can go ahead. Cup can roll perception. With advantage, of course.
Ooh, fancy. 27.
27. Yes, with a 27, you do see something, but it's not on the horizon. You almost caught it by luck. there is something massive and large underneath the water right next to your ship.
Wow. Can I take a look?
Couples say, heads up! There's something huge under the water.
It's
Uh,
it's bigger than your ship.
it's a kraken.
Not
Leviathan? Beat the Leviathan, son.
It's big, very big.
And the captain's like, okay, do we stop or keep going?
I would get back to port.
Run, you fools! Run!
Full on run.
He gives the order, and they start turning the ship around. And unfortunately, this thing is staying right with you.
Ooh.
I'll just keep an eye on it. That doesn't seem good.
It's actually getting a little closer to your ship, but it's not like a whale or submarine that's like trying to ram your ship. It's more like it's riding along next to your ship underneath the water.
Can you tell what it is?
Not yet, because it's under the water, but it's going to rise up, and if I can ever get... And it comes up out of the water, and water splashes everywhere. It's another ship. Or it appears to be
cool.
another ship, anyway. If Roll20 will ever work.
Never.
That's even better.
I wonder if this will help or make things better or worse. But yes, it comes up out of the water again, spraying some waves and some white water here and there. And it's a two-masted ship like your own. It's a little bigger than your ship. And right offhand,
It's got to be wetter than our ship.
It is, but the water's rolling off of it. And I'm trying to reveal it.
Here, let me just do this. Oh, that didn't do anything. Interesting.
Well, you can see most of it, I think.
Good enough.
And it is really like it comes up out of the water. And it's really close to your all ship. I mean, it's only about 10 feet between you guys. Okay, I'm getting feedback from something or somebody.
Arr!
Yay, it's a night of technical fun. Okay, so this ship is here, and it's sailing right along with you at your speed.
Okay, so this ship is here. Sailing at your speed.
Yep.
Is there anybody
Is
on
there
the
a
deck?
rope I could possibly swing from one ship to the other?
There are hanging ropes.
Arr.
And the
I'd like to
captain,
give it a try.
captain's like, we're going to keep sailing unless you guys tell us to do otherwise.
Captain's like,
Stay by the ship. I want to try to board it and see what's there.
Okay.
I'll grab a rope and swing from one to the other.
Give me
Oh,
an
we're going
acrobatics.
across.
I guess I'll stay here for now.
Is that Captain
Arr,
Smithy
I
that's
did-
going across?
Could you roll an
Oh, yeah.
acrobatics check for me?
Oh, yes, I can do that.
Arr.
Acrobatics.
Yes, mine's still not opening. For the third time, I'm now trying it.
19.
Should be a plus 13.
Yep, you roll the 6. So 19.
Okay. You swing over to it. It's all right. I'm getting feedback from somebody because I keep.
I've got all my audio stuff off. So
Hold on a second.
Let me try this.
Is it me?
I don't know. Normally, if you go into settings, go all the way to the bottom, and it says I want to broadcast or I want to receive from others. You can disable both of those, and you shouldn't get audio.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got it. Maybe. Okay, I'm not hearing it now anyway. All right. So Captain Smithy was swinging across and does so. Let's see. Captain Smithy, do you have access to roll 20?
Not really.
Okay. Well, let me
It's
see.
now telling me that your computer, your connection to the server has been interrupted. Anything you do right now will attempt to send when you go back online. But to be on the safe side, you may want to stop doing anything important.
Okay. Well,
That's what Roll20 is telling me at the moment.
yeah, roll 20 is doing all kinds of. It's slow as crap. I've never seen it this slow before.
Seeing Smithy swing across, Marn's actually going to jump out of the crow's nest and glide over to the other ship.
Okay, Smithy.
What?
Well, if roll 20 will ever work, you know, I'm really close to just saying let's not use roll 20 tonight. I hate to do that, but okay, Smithy.
Is it working for you guys? Can you put my icon over there? My thingy over there?
Yes,
I'm trying, but it's just not doing
I can
anything.
mess with tokens. All you have to do is describe things. Ty. Because some people might not be able to see them out.
That's true. Okay, well, Smithy, you land. Let's see.
And I will draw my rapier upon landing.
Okay, is that all you're doing?
Or I'll yell out, "Avast! This be Captain Smithy boarding your ship under the guise of the Unnamed Adventurers Guild and the Harbor Master of Red Quill. And I demand that you come aboard right now, rise up to the deck, and account to yourselves your behaviors and what's going on here."
And give me a perception roll.
A perception?
Yes.
Isaac, could you roll?
Yep. 22.
Okay, with a 22, you know right away.
Perception check, please, if yes. That would be.
Yeah, you know right away. You're sitting there giving your little speech, and you suddenly realize you're not standing on wood.
What
Am
are
I
we
not?
standing on?
All right.
It has a little give to it. It looks like wood, but it has a feel more like almost like flesh.
God fucking damn it, the ship's a mimic.
Mimic shift.
I take a hand axe and poke the ship with it. Why would I do that? I've got a javelin. I
That
take
would
a
be a total
javelin
of
and poke
7.
the ship with it.
Are you poking it like to do damage, or just?
Just to see how much give it's got to it.
It's got a little give to it. It is quite a bit like flesh. Are you pushing it in, like trying to break the skin on it, so
No.
to speak? Okay. Well, and let's see. At that point, this won't be a complete surprise, but well, roll 20. This may be the first time you've ever let me down. Okay. Basically, at that point, the two masts that are on this ship come alive. They're like 30-foot tall tentacles. And
Higher,
they wave
that
around
is
a
a
little
surprise
bit.
to me.
And they start
Are they-
waving. They wave
are they
around a
used?
bit, and they start waving towards your ship. And well, I'm trying to do something to sort of show this, but These are-
Snakes.
these are snakes,
That
but
works.
pretend they're, and they have a really long, like 30-foot reach.
So these are the masts of the other ship that are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about right.
Those things
And,
make me happy to be below decks.
maybe this won't, because appearing in the side of this ship is a really big, large mouth full of massive, bloody teeth in the side of the ship.
Oh, shite.
And it
Does
kind
that
of
make you happy to be below deck, Joe?
Yes.
it kind of extends a bit like lips that are sort of pressing out, like it's trying to bite your ship. And I
I
sort of
stand
tried
by
it.
it. There are tentacles on this thing. It's a kraken.
And by the way, since you guys turned around, you're heading back towards the sharks.
Fucking brilliant.
Perfect.
And I guess we can roll for initiative. I don't know if I'll be able to keep initiative on roll 20 or not, but I can at least write it down.
All
And
righty.
see. A humongous sized mimic. What is your dexterity? Oh. So I may just have to keep. Yeah, I'm just going to have to keep initiative myself because this is not.
Seems good.
Oh, shit. Hate that. Finn's initiative is 7.
Okay.
I think I would have rather had the digital, but oh well. Can't have everything.
All right, I'm just going to ask for them then. Tarn, what is your initiative?
16.
Cup, what is your initiative?
13.
Maximus, what's your initiative?
22.
And Captain Smithy.
22.
Who's got the higher dexterity between Captain Smithy and Maximus?
I got a 20.
I got a +5.
Yeah, they're both the same.
My dexterity is a 20 as well. You can go first,
Okay.
bro. You can go first.
Okay. Well, then, Maximus, it is your turn.
All right. Let's see. So, how close is this tentacle right here to me? Since I'm up here on the mast.
It's probably within like 5 feet of you. It's like it's
All
reaching.
right.
It's not reaching for you, but it seems to be swinging towards the mast, if anything.
Okay. So then I'm going to try and touch it.
Roll to hit.
All right. $15.
Yeah, that will hit.
All right. It's going to take 24 damage. Necrotic.
Okay.
And I cast Inflict Wounds on it. And as my bonus action, I'm going to cast. Actually, I can't. Never mind. Let's see. That might be all I can do. Can't do that. Yeah, that's all I can do because as far as that, I'm not sticking to it, am I?
What were you hitting it with your hand?
Yeah, I'd have to.
Yeah, you are adhered to it.
All right. Well, then I guess then I'm stuck to it then. Actually, is there a... Actually, I can't. Never mind. That's my turn.
Okay. Yeah, your hand is stuck to it. Next up, it would be Captain Smithy.
Is that me right there? Boing. I don't know if I boinged it or not. Let me see here.
This
I
is
know what
your
I'd like
answer.
to do.
I don't know. I can't see Jack on roll 20 at the moment, but okay.
I like to move over to it. Or something happened. Okay. I like to move over to it and stab it with my rapier, if possible.
You're actually. What are you trying to stab? Because you were on the ship.
Yeah, what are you trying to stab?
All right, I was wanting to stab the giant snake thing.
The mast.
The
Okay.
tentacle mast, yeah.
It'll be over your head probably, but you can probably reach it.
Yeah. All right.
Roll to hit.
I'm just gonna roll booming blade. Yeah. All right. Isaac, can you do that for me, or do I need to roll my
Yep.
own dice?
I can do it. Let's see what happens if I just click this.
Alright.
Nope. I just will just rapier, I'm assuming. 20 to hit.
Well, that definitely hits.
The
Alright.
2d8, the 13
Would it be the
thunder
only
is
thing
only
within-
if the creature moves out of its
Well,
square.
it's definitely. It's moving. It's sort of in constant motion at this point.
All right, so all that damage applies actually.
How much was it?
49.
Holy jeez.
12 piercing.
And then can I
A lot
skip
of
away
sneak
a
attack
little bit?
and 18 thunder.
Give me a strength save, or not a strength save. Give me an athletics check. I should say.
Okay.
If you want to roll
Should I choose
physical
acrobatics
dice, I
instead?
can tell you what your mod is, or I can roll it for you from your sheet. Your choice. and we'll just do that for the rest of the game.
That I know. I know my athletics is 8, and I know my acrobatics is 13.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, do you want to roll the dice? Like, is that fun for you? Because I have your mods. It doesn't matter to me, is what it comes down to.
I have the mods also. I can see that on my phone. It would be a 17 athletics.
Okay. Yeah, you can move, but you notice it's not the easiest thing. It's like your feet were wanting to stick to the flooring.
And then I made bonus action dash to get out of range. I don't know, or maybe I should.
There is no
bonus
out of
action
range.
and try to hide in.
Okay,
Okay, fair enough. But that thing in the center of the ship, can I hide around it somewhere? Even though I'm assuming I'm on its belly, so like, good luck hiding on somebody's belly.
It looks like it's an opening to deliver supplies through. But there are some things that look like barrels and crates along the side.
Also known as a mouth.
Get in my belly.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking too. Yeah, I'll try to hide behind a barrel or a crate.
Give me a stealth roll.
As a bonus action. And if you need a stealth roll, all right. That would be a 18.
You think you're hidden pretty well.
I remember in the back of my head, I'm wondering, how well hidden am I when I'm walking on its skin?
It is now its turn. Okay. The mouth, the big giant mouth that is up front there, sort of extends, and it is going to try to bite your ship. And it misses big time. There's a bounce, a wave. Your guy's ship hits a wave, and it raises your ship up, so the bite just misses. Now the big...
Literally the broadside of a barn.
Yes. It got her that one. Let's see. The first giant tentacle that's on the left there is actually going to swing at the mast. If you can see it. It's going to swing at that mast. And it hits it, but doesn't really do any damage to it. It's like the tentacle gets kind of tied up in the sails. Now the other one over here is going to rise up, and it's taking Maximus with it because he is adhered to it. Oh, roll 20. And it's going to try. Maximus, I need you to give me an athletics check.
All right. Let's see. Got 12.
Okay, this giant tentacle basically picks you up, and then it throws you onto the deck of your ship, 30 feet below.
Ow.
It does let go of you, but because of my crappy dice rolling, you only take 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sweet.
And you basically land where you are there on the map.
I got a question. So, as a reaction, I have a rip-off. Would that work? Actually, never mind. He didn't miss, so never mind. That's wrong.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, now
It was
now
a funny
it's the
thought.
turn-
So.
Now it's the turn of the sailors and the captain, and the captain is busy yelling out orders. The 6 sailors basically give up on sailing. and a couple of them are running below deck. I'm not moving stuff around because Roll20 is just being a nightmare. A couple of them are running below deck and come back up with light crossbows that they start handing out to their companions. So all 6, actually 7, counting the captain, are going to have light crossbows, and they're spinning the round, passing them out, and loading. Now it's Tarn's turn.
All right, Tarn will take a bonus action to rage, and then he'll kind of step 5 feet so that he's within reach of this here tentacle, and go to town on it.
Okay.
As he rages, his kind of fingernails extend into claws. So we will be making 3 attacks, all recklessly. No. Uh, 14 is the lowest, then a 25, then a 27.
Okay, all 3 are going to hit,
Good.
but after the roll for damage for the first one.
Okay. So 1d6 plus. Let me just double check what my rate damage is. It's still plus 2. Okay. 8 points of magical slashing.
Okay, and you're using your claws?
Yep.
Okay.
They are magical, if that makes a difference.
You do the damage to it, but then you find that hand stuck to the tentacle. So do you want to use your other hand to keep attacking, or do you want to try to escape?
What type of action is it going to be to try and escape?
Athletics roll.
Okay, but it's not going to take an attack or like full action.
It will use 1 attack. It will not use your full action.
Okay. Sure, I'll take an attack. I get 3 attacks, so I'll take an attack to make an athletics check and pull this hand off. And actually, this is the same as an attack roll because I'm raging. 11, are you? Got to be shitting me.
Well, with an 11,
11.
your hand is still stuck, though you have your other hand.
Got great. I slash at it with that hand. Well, I already rolled the attack roll. You said I hit.
Yeah, you hit it and did damage,
and
This thing's HP is only 10,000.
The second roll hits for 7 points of damage.
Okay. And I'll go ahead and give me an athletics roll with that hand.
Great. Let's see if I can roll higher than a 3 on the dice with advantage.
It's not that high a roll
Let's
either.
see.
But
22.
yeah, okay. That hand you get back. But
Okay.
your other hand's still stuck. So if you want to look cool, you can just like casually lean against the thing like you meant to do that.
He's not gonna. I guess he'll kind of lean against it. He's taking care not to get his arm on this because he's covered in fur.
Oh yeah.
Like the palms of his hands and his claws obviously aren't. But can you imagine ripping fur out on this?
Oh
thing?
yeah.
Sound like a bitch.
Yeah. Especially that much fur.
Right.
Okay. Next up we have Cup.
Okay. Question. The tentacle that's going after the mast here, is it to the base of the mast or the top of the mast?
Which tentacle are you talking about? The one on the left or the right?
Left side on the map.
It's about halfway. It sort of tangled itself up in the sheets, or in the sails.
And how tall are the masts? Do I judge myself to be maybe 30 feet from it, or further, or less?
They're about, the mast themselves are about 30 feet tall to the very top. So that tendril is probably about 15 feet off the ground, since it's about halfway.
So Cup will, as an object interaction, reach into his bag, or her bag, I should say, and pull a vial of something out, but they're just holding it in their hand. And then they will give out a death-curdling scream. I need all creatures within 30 feet of me, which as far as I'm aware is nobody but the tentacle, to make a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. It got an 18.
That's going to succeed. Okay. So we'll do nothing if they succeed, which is sad and unfortunate. I guess I could do a key point. Yes, I think I will. I will spend a key point to, as part of that action, in order to make a strike with my monk weapon, which is my claws. As a bonus action, because I'm going to jump down 50 feet and land on it. And just like a bird.
Okay. Roll to hit then?
Yeah. What's this? Well, that was a terrible roll. How about an 8?
You land on it, but you don't do any damage to it.
Okay. I guess that would miss. It's fine. I'll go with that. Action, bonus action, object interaction, done. Oh, I will say to the captain,
Hey, you might want to order some men below deck in case the ship takes on water.
Good idea. Speaking of below decks, Finn, it's your turn.
All right. Finn, you said that he saw that mouth and lips.
Yes.
He will cast Sacred Flame on it.
Are you sure you're not going to count the amount of teeth?
Say what?
Are you sure you're not going to be counting the amount of teeth that happens to be on it?
No, not at the moment.
Okay. It only got a 13 in its roll, so I don't know what your DC
Okay,
is.
my spell save DC is 14.
Oh. So flame comes down from the sky right into this mouth.
Yeah. Let's see here. Where's my D8? 2D8. Ten points of radiant damage. And then I'll take a bonus action using my cunning action, and I'm going to hide.
Okay, I'm not even going to make you roll for that. You're inside of a ship. It can't see you.
All right, but that's what's been doing. It seeing that the radiant damage did any real noticeable damage, or was it from Finn's perspective ineffectual?
From your perspective, it seemed to hurt it some.
Okay.
I mean, it didn't kill it or anything by any means, but it
No,
did seem
but
to hurt it.
So he's trying to devise a course of action.
It did not seem to enjoy it. Let me put it that way.
So that's all that Finn's doing.
We are back to the top of the round with Maximus again.
All right. So let's see. Am I on our ship or am I on it?
You're on your ship.
Okay. Is this the tentacles anywhere near me that I can attack?
It's about 10 feet above your head.
So I could technically hit it.
Or yeah, I meant 10 feet above the deck. So yeah, you stand up,
All
and
right.
you can hit it.
All right, so there's gonna be a lot of attacks. Let's see.
What are you attacking with?
Longsword.
Okay, do one attack at a time.
That's fine. So, all right. So the first attack is gonna be. It's gonna be a 21.
That'll hit. So roll for damage.
All right. So I'm gonna use one of my superiority die, and I'm gonna give emptying cup. It's called maneuvering strike. So I can once I hit it, cup has got half his movement to move.
Okay.
Whichever way he wants to move, if he wants to maneuver. So damage on that is 8 plus 8, so 16 damage.
Okay.
And then Cup can move.
I have a really cool move idea, but I'm wondering how the stickiness works with that.
I don't know. Well,
On the tentacle.
Well, you.
yeah. Well, does it provoke a attack of opportunity?
Yeah, but
That's up to, I
my
guess,
feet are
up to
literally
you,
on
Ty,
it.
however you want.
Yeah, he's
He's
literally
standing
on
on
the
a
thing.
tentacle.
What would half your movement be?
Half my movement would be 22.5 feet.
Okay. Give me one athletics roll, and if you make it, you can do the whole 22.5 feet. Otherwise, you'll get stuck at halfway.
26.
You more than beat it. Yeah, you make it to 22.5 feet.
All right. So the cool thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move 20 feet. I'm going to move 5, 10, 15, 20, and I'm going to run along it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
All
what I
right.
was
Cool.
thinking.
You know, that's the cool way
This
to
is
do it.
gonna
That's
work
what I
great.
had to do. It's important.
All right. So
Okay. You hit it, but your sword is now stuck.
attack. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can use one of your attacks to try to pull the sword back. Which would be an athletics roll.
Okay, I'll just do that then. Athletics plus 6.
Yeah, you got your sword back.
So 21. All right. So my bonus action is going to be my my war priest thing where I get an extra attack. So I'm going to attack again. Let's see. That'd be a 21 hit.
That will hit.
All right. So I hit just 12 points of damage. I'm going to spend another superiority die and give Empty another maneuver attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Does it use Emptying Cup's reaction to move?
that's what I was wondering.
No, it's
Okay. I'm done.
so it's actually damage on that attack was 15.
Okay. So do a little more then. And your sword is stuck again.
That's fine. Let's see.
So, Cup, are you moving
I think
another
I'll-
20 feet?
I did. I've followed the tentacle towards the mast of the ship. Yep.
Okay.
So I think I'll call it there. That'll be my turn.
Okay. Captain Smithy, it is your turn.
Army. I like to sneak around from my hiding spot to maintain my, thing, and then poke it with my rapier again, so that I could possibly have advantage from being unseen, if that's at all a thing.
It's not actually. It knows
I
where
didn't
you're
think
at.
so.
'Cause
But I'm still
you're on
going to
it.
attempt to do it. Yeah.
Are you trying to
I
move, or
figured
are you
as
just
much,
trying
but
to
still.
stab?
Can I stab him from where I'm at?
You can. Yeah,
I am pretty close, yeah.
you're on it.
Arr. Well, I'm trying to the tentacle mainly, not it per se, but the tentacle.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Okay, roll to hit.
Alright. That would be a opening my thing. Alright, that would only be a 14.
That will still hit.
You fool. Alright. So that's gonna be and then 5d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that'll be 35 points of both
Are you a
thunder and
swashbuckler?
Yeah.
fire that I beat.
Okay. Okay. How much?
35. And then if it moves,
35.
another 50. Yeah. And then
Well,
if it
it's
moves, it will
moving.
take some more thunder damage.
It
That'll
is
be another
moving.
15 thunder damage then.
Okay.
For a
How
total
many of you are
15.
actually on this thing?
3
Three
at
of
the
you.
moment.
Okay. Suddenly this thing shudders. You hear a massive groaning followed by a massive scream. And then this giant ship you're on, or thing that looks like a ship, suddenly it doesn't fall apart, but it changes form into just a big, gray, fleshy, wobbly mass, kind of like a giant brain floating in the water. And it's going down. And you three are on it.
Can I finish using my movement to get the fuck off the ship?
I think you're probably stuck to the ship.
I mean,
I might be,
yeah,
but I'm expertise in athletics, so I have hope.
You know what?
There's always
I'm going to be
hope springs eternal.
I'm going to be nice and say that it's because it's dead now that it no longer has its adhesive ability. So you can move, but there's no ropes hanging on your side.
There's a 10-feet leap. I'm going to make it.
nice.
And
I
how
believe in
tall are
Smithy.
you?
I'm personally 5'8", so let's go with Captain Smithy being that height.
Okay. And what is Captain Smithy's strength?
My strength be 10. But I'm expertise in athletics, so I'm widery.
Okay, give me an athletics roll.
I'd be widery.
Oh yeah.
And if I bonus action dash, that's 60 feet of movement, so I can be hauling. 22 total.
Okay, you're going to make it across.
It was only 10. I don't know how far it is now.
Yeah. Yeah, you
And
just
can I do a
barely
cool
make it
flip and
across.
roll? Alright. And I want to do it real cool. I can flip and roll and then pop up like I stuck the landing and be like, "Arr,
Okay.
that's how you do it."
Like you knew what you were doing.
Arr.
Okay. Well, now it would normally be its turn, but it's dead. The sailors and the captain, actually, upon seeing this, the captain's yelling out some
Pay
new
attention to the
orders.
sharks.
The captain yells out some new orders, and the sailors start getting ropes and throwing them over to the sides towards this dead giant mimic. For anyone who's over there and needs to get away. So there are ropes being thrown out. It's now Tarn's turn.
Tom looks just way calmer than he should look. And anybody, I think it's only Cup that can see him, realizes that he's still breathing. and is moving through the water with no real concern whatsoever.
Oh, you just go into the water.
Like,
Whatever.
he has a swim speed, he can breathe underwater. This is just not concerning him at all.
Alright, but there'll be sharks in the water, laddie. There be sharks.
Yes, and it's the sharks that should be worried about that.
Oh,
The predator has arrived. Kill it.
And Tarn, give me a perception roll.
Yeah, roll
Okay.
20, are we rolling? We are rolling. Natural 20 for 25.
Okay, with the 25, yes, there are 6 pretty big sharks heading in your general direction.
Okay.
They're still a distance off. They're like 100 feet off underwater, but they're heading in your general direction.
That is absolutely fine.
Okay.
How far away did you say they were?
About 100 feet.
All right. Tarn will move so that he is between the sharks and emptying cup.
Okay.
How much movement do you got?
30 feet? No, 40 feet.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Tarn doing anything else?
He will. I guess he'll hold on action to slash one of the sharks on its nose if it comes within range. That's how
Okay.
you get rid of sharks, right? You punch them on the nose.
The gills, whatever.
It
Doesn't
is
work.
now the shark's turn. And the sharks they come forward. They are dashing. They actually seem to be ignoring you, though, Tarn and Cup and your ship. They're heading towards this giant dead mimic that is now sinking
All right.
and bleeding all over the place. After you guys cut into it and hit it with magic and everything else. But now it would be Cup's turn.
Okay. So yeah, ship's sinking fast. Cup will run to the side, and as a bonus action, I will use Step of the Wind, which lets me dash, but more importantly, also doubles my jump distance. My strength is 12, and my height is 4'11".
I'm not even going to make you roll for it. You're a monk.
Okay.
You can do it. I mean, if you want to roll, you can. If you get in that one, you screw up. Other than that, you're going to make it.
Yeah. 17.
Yeah.
I
Who's the
land.
guy who
I
looks
land,
so-
and I look cool while doing it. There you go.
Alright, you
Is
want an
there-
acrobatics check to see who's cooler?
Ooh, yes, let's do that.
Did we leave somebody over there? Who's that person right there?
I got a 15. You're gonna lose if you roll 1.
I'll tie if I roll 2.
That's right.
Alright, that would be a total of 30. 17 on the dice. Plus
Darn.
13.
Okay.
You like do triple backflip. I like jump and it's like cool, and I like land just like on like the railing. You're like triple backflip.
This is exactly what I made Smithy for, to go ahead and jump from ship to ship and swing on ropes. Expertise, athletics, and acrobatics.
But next time you'll think twice before swinging onto a ship,
Ooh.
No, I
because
won't.
it might not be a ship. Okay.
No.
All right, Finn, it is your turn. If Finn's there.
Yeah, Finn's here. I just had to unmute myself.
Ah.
As far as that, what Finn will do is he will go ahead and create bonfire on the remaining portions of the mimic that's above water
Okay.
and try to set it on fire.
Yeah, you can set it on fire.
I bet there's something like it ate like something from a ship and something and it's got stuff in the hold.
There's some actual wood on there, if nothing else. Okay.
Alright, every treasure sinking now.
That's all right, as long as the sharks get away from there, we can dive in and get it.
So I think, is everyone off the ship or off the former ship now?
I don't know who this is per se, but I believe so.
I think so.
Yeah, there was only 3 of us total, and one of them got thrown back over by the tentacles,
Yeah.
and then you ran over and ran back, swung and swung.
Yeah, I think everybody's off now. So I can take it out of rounds unless you guys decide you're wanting to attack the sharks or something, which I guess you could.
Yeah, Tarn could.
They're
Couple.
just feasting on this giant dead mimic is what they're doing.
Well, Tom has no intention of attacking the shark. Tom will actually swim down following the sharks and the mimic and see if there is any treasure being kind of released.
Well, as long as you don't get between the sharks and the food, they are
I'm
pretty
not
much
going to.
ignoring you.
Yeah.
But you can tell they know you're there.
Oh, sure.
But they've got an easier meal, so they're not going to mess with you. Give me, if you're doing a quick search, give me a perception roll. If you're going to really get into it, give me an investigation roll.
What I hear you saying is, which of those skills am I better at?
No, that's not what I said.
He's not getting close enough to appear as a threat to the shark, so it's probably just a quick check.
Yeah.
15.
You don't see any treasure.
Okay, that's fine.
Nothing that's obvious treasure. There's also a lot of black-looking blood in the water, too.
Couple turn to Smithy after doing his fancy jump and both of them landing, and we'll say,
You know, when you are content to simply be yourself and don't compare or compete, everyone will respect you.
But people have a tendency to respect me anyway.
Said the loser.
"You said the loser." Exactly. Yep. Yeah, that's exactly right.
You know, we really shouldn't compete, even though I lost.
Even though I lost. Yeah.
And don't worry, I don't really consider it a competition either.
Oh,
Rick.
Oh,
Burn.
So they're going to get the sailors and Captain Trim are kind of shaking their heads, pulling in ropes, putting away crossbows. Head back to shore.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great.
I'm just going to sit there over the side and just look honestly and be like, that could have been a good ship. You ever seen the old Star Trek The Next Generation episodes of Tin Man?
Where you get a living ship as your pet?
Captain's like, what the hell
That'd be
is
cool.
Star
I mean,
Trek?
first I got teased for the giant crocodile ship, and now I get a giant mimic ship tease. And he won't die on me.
Star Trek. Are we playing Spelljammer now?
That's right. Yes.
They're going to head back to ship. It's
I
going
was
to be
thinking
night.
that would be a cool thing. If I hit level 20, I'm going to go after a new ship. One of those that reaches up into the firmament and sails among the stars.
Okay.
Fine.
It's going to take you guys a few hours to get back because you had sailed out a good distance. So it's going to be fairly late, not quite midnight, but about 11 o'clock at night by the time you get back. Red Gill's not a big city like Illumina, but it's not tiny. I mean, it's not a hamlet or whatever. So there are still some taverns open and some lights on, and there is a sizable docks. There's several. I think there's 3 or 4 docks there, and it's kind of the main shipping area for the area. So even at night, they're busy loading and unloading boats and stuff, or ships. So you guys can get in, and the captain's going to be like, I've never seen anything like that before.
There's a lot of strange things out there, that's for sure.
That's True.
I've seen some of the strange things before. The sea is vast, matey, and full, dark, deep dread.
And the captain's like, and I just remembered we forgot to tell you how much you're being paid for this job. So you all work for free?
Ah,
That'd be a
I
good
have
one.
no objection to that.
I actually don't care that much.
Yeah, me either.
You may want to
you-
speak with the UAG. I think they were the ones who took your money.
Yes.
Like, if you can't afford to pay us,
No, we can afford you. You did us a great service today. What we paid Pincus is one thing, but what we pay you could be something else. So what does each of you think you should be paid?
whatever you can afford to pay me. Like, I'm not.
Your ship. No.
Okay.
It's
No,
not
no,
necessarily
that's not
you
okay.
that should be doing the paying, as it's the city of Red Gill.
No. It was the merchants group for the city of Red Gill, and
So you're shipping.
I'm the representative here. I'm captain. I'm also a merchant. So
I took the job because
How many ships
people
do you
were.
think we saved by taking care of that thing?
I go over to Fen, who's the one who bought the drinks and seems to be like the money guy. Like he has that big sheet and everything. And Dean Cup says, and Dean Cup's looking around like going,
Then the captain's asking about payment. I thought you might be interested.
yes, 30 barrels of Iron Skull brew.
that's a bit
I'll take that.
expensive. How about 100 gold pieces each?
Yeah, that's
All right.
Well,
100 gold pieces each. That's what it's going to be.
Deal. And I'll go and I'll shake his hand. And as I shake his hand, I want Polly, psychic connection type thing, to start fluttering. Rah, rah, win it yourselves, to distract him as I try to pick his pocket and get the spyglass.
"Oh,
Oh, give me a sleight of hand roll. It's actually in a leather case on his belt.
Could you do that for me, Isaac?
oh yeah, I could do that."
Oh,
for
I
you.
know what his perception roll is.
Does Polly grant advantage or not?
And then would I have advantage for Polly? Being a distraction?
I'm going to say no. And the reason I say no is because it's not just the captain. He's got 6 sailors there with him, too. And
22.
okay. You flip a little lever and slide the spyglass out, and no one seems to say a thing about it.
Cool.
For the time being, anyway.
Jeez.
But he's offering
and I'll
each of
hold
you
the
a
bag of
100.
100
But he's
coins
offering each of you.
and be like, the drinks are on me tonight, laddies. To the
Well,
crew.
good enough for me.
Okay. And Master Finn,
yes.
you're getting 100 gold, but if you'll leave that barrel here, I'll give you another 50 gold.
And Finna kind of look down and look at us. I'll do that, but you owe me a ticket if I need a ride in the future on top of that.
I'll meet you halfway. If you're going somewhere that we're already going, sure, you can come along. But I'm not traveling all over Hell's Creation just to take you there. Deal?
Well, sound. You know what? hell, sailing into hell, that'd be a heck of a trip. How much would you charge to do that?
Hard it is. We tell you, I've done it before.
That's a bold-faced lie.
But yep.
Sailing into hell. I don't know. How much would a good divorce attorney cost?
I
A lot,
I
but
think
that's it.
I think we could get a good divorce attorney from the grandfather up in Comisnia.
I think you'll find all divorce attorneys reside on the third layer of hell.
All of them.
I concur.
Just divorce attorneys, not all attorneys?
Well, different attorneys reside on different layers, you see. Divorce attorneys specifically are on the third layer.
Apologies to any attorneys who might be watching this in the future.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would say attorneys are on the 9th level of hell with
Oh.
Asmodeus, where they
Crippling.
make
Oh,
deals.
come on.
That's what they asked.
I mean,
Yes.
Asmodeus definitely has a team of lawyers that he gets to write out contracts. Like, nobody actually
Yes.
believes
Well-
Asmodeus is writing his own warlock
Oh,
contracts,
no.
right?
No.
Like, he definitely has a team of lawyers that do that
Yeah.
shit for him.
He's got lawyers, paralegals, interns.
That's-
They're doing all
that's-
that.
He's probably got
Well,
most
that's
of
why I
the
said that 9th level of hell is the perfect spot.
New headcanon, every lawyer in the D&D world actually works for Asmodeus. They just don't know it. All law firms are actually owned by Asmodeus.
Well,
Wait
Some
a
of them
second.
just don't know
That's
it.
the
Some of
problem.
them do.
Wait a
Yeah.
second. This is supposed to be a fantasy game, not a realistic
Yes,
game.
it is fantasy.
Yeah, we're talking
Next.
about Asmodeus.
Next, we'll have to start bringing members of Congress into it. We don't want to go there.
No, no.
I haven't got time to sit and divide up all the members of Congress into which layer of hell they live on.
That's fair.
I think they
100
have
gold.
their own. I think they have their own special spot.
That's probably true. Their own rotunda there.
They seem somewhat chaotic to be in the hells. Are we sure they're not in the abyss?
There could be some
They
truth to
travel
that.
back. They travel back and forth for holidays.
There might even be a few who make it into the Feywild every now and then.
There you go.
As far as that, but Finn would say,
Sorry, the game.
would
Yes.
actually say, "Yeah, seriously, Captain, how much would you charge to go into hell? I have a couple fares that might need to be picked up."
I don't know the way to sail into hell. Do you have a map?
No, but I can try to find one.
Bring me the map, let me look at it, and I'll see what all it involves, and then perhaps we can do this.
Finn will spit in his hand and put his hand on out and say, looking for the captain's hand, and he'll say, "Deal."
He'll shake your hand. He spits in his own hand and shakes your hand.
Yeah, deal. It's sealed.
I said I would look at it and see what
Yep.
it would take. Okay. And he'll give you an extra 50 gold for the barrel of ale if you'll leave it.
Yeah, he'll leave it. He'll say, "Keep your 50 gold. Just you willing to go to hell and get some folks for me. That's a good enough deal. Even just to entertain it."
This is really funny because I know where this is coming from.
So
No.
you want me to sail you into hell to pick up some people?
Yeah.
If my ship can get there and I can get there, I will look at the map and see if it's a possibility. I don't.
I'll try to find a map on how to get there.
Okay. God, hopefully it's a lander out.
This is Charlie. This is Charlie passing on his responsibility because he doesn't want to run that session.
No, No, not really.
I'm on
It's
to you,
laying
Joey.
it's laying seeds upon the water.
Laying seeds. Well,
The next
if I'm
mission
not
is
around and you
find
need
a map
Captain
to it.
Term, he should be available. But okay, so you guys got your money. Everybody gets an inspiration and 2 experience points for the night.
All right.
And well, and I apologize for all the technical issues with Roll20. I don't know what was going on there.
Yeah.
Um,
It was definitely doing something weird. I'm glad I could help with that, at least a little.
yeah,
I'm still waiting for my character sheet to load.
I don't think it's going to happen. Well, at least feel good it wasn't like all you or your computer. I mean, there were definitely problems in our end of things too.
Yep.
But for everyone who was watching tonight and will be watching in the future, thank you much. Check out the Unnamed Adventurers Guild on Facebook if you'd like to play with us sometimes. And I will end our broadcast.
Recording stopped.